Wow, look at that. Beachfront property. That's really pretty.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
So basically, this is a character that you gotta do missions for. We are a debt collector. The graphics are insane. They are. It looks like a real photo. You know, we've been actually saying about that since Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5, man. I think like once Grand Theft Auto 4 came like with Nico Bellic, they really stepped up their graphics. I think I remember a vehicle like this in like the previous games. Vapid.
Well, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
You know what's interesting? Doesn't he sound a little like Arthur Morgan? I don't think they rehire the same voice actors to play like new characters, but it kind of sounds like Arthur Morgan from RDR2. Yeah, it sounds like Arthur Morgan. Whoa, cool crib. One of the things that I really love about Grand Theft Auto is like the different cribs you can have throughout the game and how like each crib have a distinct personality. Like your beachfront property is gonna look different from like a property you buy in a skyscraper versus a bungalow. You know, stuff like that. I think it's gonna be lit. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. You can accessorize watches, glasses, tattoos, chains. Oh, did you hear that chick calling him out? I think like what they're gonna try to do in this game is try to make NPCs more interactive. Because in the first trailer, we actually saw there was a guy like grabbing his dick. So I think like what I'm really excited for is like looking for like the different NPC reactions to your presence in the game. Damn, holy shit, bitch slap. Oh, I think this is a location, Leonida. They mention it a lot in the first trailer. And this is a crystal shop where you can buy like stuff. And look at that, our main guy has a baseball bat and I think he's collecting checks. Pretty cool. This is like a healing store. Like they sell crystals, healing rocks, like paint brushes. It is a kind of a gift shop location kind of thing. Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that. They have a number on the cash register, 305555. That's how you know it's a fake number, right? Whenever they want to use fake numbers in TV shows, they would always have 555. Psycho says, I love then NPCs are coded to have more individuality instead of different voices repeating the same lines. But you know, like there's like a plus and minus to that because like NPCs in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas were really memorable. They kind of repeat the same voice lines, especially like the guy in the orange hoodie that always says, I smoke weed because it gives me knowledge. I hope they step up their game when it comes to the writing too. I think like having characters that are stereotypes is gonna be pretty cool. Look at that, he knocked out two of the guys. There's a guy here with the tie-dye shirt and that guy. Ooh, look at that. Oh, you can actually see like the teaser for the locations. A Vice City International Airport, Ambrosia, Northport, Vice City, Southside, Peacock Bay. I think they're all probably based off like actual locations in Miami, but I don't know Miami that much to make the connection between the fictional places and the real places. So I gotta brush up my knowledge on Miami, man. Or at least Florida in general. Ooh, plane! Okay, look at that. That is really cool. The NPCs are actually reacting to what you're doing in this game. That's why I was saying, like, if you play as the female character and you put on a thong bikini and you walk in the beach, like, dudes are gonna approach you. And maybe you can, like, recruit them to do your dirt. You know what I'm saying? Can buy beer. Oh, it's the same convenience store they robbed in the first one. Oh, look at that. So the cops are gonna be definitely a key element in this game. What I'm kind of wondering was like looking at the first trailer, there was like a body cam footage where the cops are busting open a place and the camera is following them from behind. So it makes me wonder if the character, I think his name is Jason, is gonna be like a part-time cop. That would be kind of cool, right? Like your girl is gonna be the criminal and you're gonna be the cop. But I think it's more like the characters in the game are gonna be doing odd jobs. So, you know, a lot of people actually hated that about Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, I think a lot of people really hated the tow truck missions and the dock missions where you gotta load up like crates and stuff. When you play those missions from a first playthrough point of perspective, they're really immersive. It brings a lot of like weight into the world of your game, that your character can actually really do mundane shit just to get some paper. I think that would be kind of cool. I don't mind it, but I know some people that really hate odd jobs in a video game.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
Lucia Caminos. Okay, so she's in prison. Interesting.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
Jason Duval and Lucia Caminos. So they are not married because I don't know. They don't share the same last name. So he's here to pick her up.
I've seen you here before.
You might have.
Okay, so that's interesting. He said, have I seen you before? And he said you might have. That means Jason's probably been to prison. Not as a visitor, but as a guest. She is really pretty. This is how you know a girl is like really hot, when she wears sweatpants and an oversized t-shirt and she looks beautiful. She looks really beautiful. Damn.
Hey.
Okay, so that's interesting. He is the only one that came to pick her up. There's no family, there are no friends. It's just him and her. And I think like it's kind of like echoing the theme from the first trailer where she looks at him on the bed and she says trust and he repeats it back to her. It's interesting. So I think like, you know, like I think that's what made Grand Theft Auto 5 so special, right? The relationship between Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. And I think this game is going to focus on Jason and Lucia. It's going to be cool. I hope it doesn't become tragic, and I hope, you know, at the end of the day, when it comes to endings and how, you know, whatever happens, it's up to the player to decide, right, what to do. Psycho says, I love women. She's so pretty, and you know what, you get to be her, and when you get to be her, you get to look at her all day. You know what's kind of crazy? I'm actually low-key kind of excited to bring her to saloons, try out different hairstyles, you know, try out different fashion, and roleplay as a really hot chick in Miami. It's gonna be fun. I don't know if other guys are into that type of shit. But like, look at that. He's actually wearing a t-shirt that says Leonida Marine Center. Yeah, I think he lives in Leonida.
Hey.
Rockstar Game presents. Ooh, we got some really... Oh, that's sick. They went from the bedroom scene to back where they probably were before she went to prison, right? Damn. She's such a bad bitch, man. I love Lucia. Or Lucia. Or however you pronounce her name. Okay, wait. So they are robbing white-collar workers.
Stay.
Damn.
Beginnings.
You broke my nose.
Wait, she says you broke my nose. That's what? Damn, what the fuck? Like domestic violence in this bitch? Holy shit. Or maybe it was an accident. So I think that's just like the safe house, because they showed it in the beginning of the game where you live beside, like, I don't think this is the beach, but you live beside like the swamp. Psycho says, I've seen a lot of guys before actually who kind of want to see the same kind of stuff when they play female characters, but you're so real for wanting to play as the lady. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I've always wondered, right? Like, what does it feel to be the hot chick at the club and cutting the line and getting straight past the bouncer into the club? I've always wondered about that. It must feel so powerful to have a pussy. I think maybe like there's gonna be missions where he plays good cop, she plays bad cop, and they pretend to have beef in order to get a situation going. I think that would be kind of cool. Like, if you can actually get the characters to, instead of using muscle, and they use manipulation to con the fuck out of people's money, right? That would be kind of sick. Think along the lines of Better Call Saul, between Saul and Kim Wexler, and how they con people just by talking. That would be really sick. Look at the sunset. Wow. I'm really excited about this game. Brian's Boat Works and Marina Boat Repairs Equipment and Storage. So interesting. Oh, they got a seaplane. Interesting. Very cool.
trust me, this place is.
Oh, you know what that was, right? They were like boarding some shit on the plane. I mean, it's pretty common knowledge that Florida have always had ties with the Colombian cartel, right? If you ever watch like movies like Scarface, you know that it was Florida that popularized cocaine. So Vice City is basically Grand Theft Auto's version of Florida. And I think cocaína, or aka yayo, is gonna be a real thing in this game. Oh, she's doing community service work. I think she's out on parole. I think that's gonna be interesting. So she's not out of prison. She's like kind of like, she gotta keep appearances. I think that's gonna be cool. So she's gotta report to her parole officer. She's gotta do like community service, and she's gotta have like a job, and she's probably got a curfew. That'll be interesting. And I think there's gonna be a period where she breaks parole, and that's where shit's gonna be crazy. She's gonna be a wanted lady again.
It's just the start for us.
Wow, okay, cool. Ooh, look at the graphics, man. Holy shit. Look at the beer. Wow. Oh, I see the beer brands from the previous Grand Theft Auto games, Pisswasser. And there's one I don't recognize called Pendejo. Oh shit, it's a play on Spanish. The Spanish word pendejo. Pendejo means idiot. But this one is called pendejo. Pendejo. There's another one called Stronzo. Oh, that's funny. I gotta brush up on my Spanish before I play this game, man. ¿Cómo estás, Holmes? That's very much a southern style bar. It's so cool. You heard your mom too that they take prisoners sometimes out from the prison and have them do work like this. So there's a chance of that being the case. You're right. But I think it ties to the fact that Jason is picking her up from the prison. So I think she's gonna be like kind of on probation. That would be sick, because I think like what makes gameplay really cool in a Grand Theft Auto is like how they expand on it based on a set of rules, right? So I think she's gonna be following a set of rules where, oh, wouldn't that be sick if you could see inside the prison of a Florida prison? For example, like if you look at GTA 5, you can switch between characters, right? So when you play as Michael, you live at the bougier part of Los Santos, and you're driving Mercedes, you know, going to shop at Rodeo Drive type of location. And then you play as Trevor, you're at the country, and you play as Franklin, you're in the hood. So like if you play as the dude John Duval, you're gonna be near the swamps, right? That's where his house is. But if you play as the girl, she's serving probation. She has to probably go back to prison to serve her time and stuff like that. I don't know, but it's gonna be kind of cool.
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you
Oh. Woo! Oh shit!
We're doing it right.
She thick, bruh. She thick. She got them cheeks. Damn. Lucia is so fucking hot. Can we watch that again, please? Oh my god. Mommy, please. Mommy. Damn. Oh my god. Dude.
Gotta do this.
But you gotta say that the guy character John Duval, he is really hot too. So it's interesting, right? Because like when it comes to Grand Theft Auto characters, I don't remember a main character that you played that actually look hot, right? If you look at the guy from Grand Theft Auto 3, Tommy Vercetti, CJ, they're kind of like average looking guys. And then you look at Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, Nico Bellic. Nico Bellic is probably the ugliest, but I think Jason Duval and Lucia are gonna be super eye candy. I think there's also a fantasy of people like wanting to play as really good looking characters and seeing how the world reacts to them, right? Because if you look at the beginning of this trailer, Jason was actually driving, and like a female NPC was like hollering at him, right? Hey Jason! It's like, dude, you know, I've always wondered also like how does it feel to be like a 6-foot type dude that is super handsome, and dude, and then what does it feel to be like a super hot Latina chick like Lucia? You know what? I'm gonna be so careful. I'm gonna do everything in my power to be around for Grand Theft Auto 6. You actually heard about stuff like that, right? Like people, like gangbangers and people living in the urban areas, they don't want to get in trouble because they want to be alive or not in prison long enough to at least play this game. That's how awesome Grand Theft Auto is.
you know.
Oh shit, did you see that other Latina chick? There was a second one.
The only thing that matters
Look at that.
is who you know
That's another one. Damn. Wouldn't it be tight if you can fuck 2 bitches?
And what you got?
She is so fine.
You're doing it right.
Okay, so check this out, right? Like, as I predict this, since the first trailer, we actually see clubs in this game. I think clubs are gonna be like a real thing. And I think it's finally about time because, you know, we have reached like a console generation where you can calculate a lot of things going on and you can finally have like locations like this. But I don't know how it would play into gameplay because a club would be kind of no different from a strip club where you just go in, you get your drinks, they play really cool music and you just vibe, right?
Yo, D, this full effect?
Yep, that's what I called it. I said that Jason is probably working undercover. That will be sick because there was like the body cam footage in the first trailer. So I'm kind of wondering, why the fuck are they showing the body cam footage unless you're part of the crew that did the bus? So I think Jason is a fucking fed.
They got your
Oh, look at that.
name, address, they got everything.
Okay, so they have like a hood area in the game. This guy is wearing a police vest. That means I think Jason is a cop. Oh, look at that. Us cops, we gotta protect each other. Okay, so this guy looks like really familiar. He looks like an actor from a movie. Okay, I think the movie was like the Big Lebowski movie. There was a character that looked like him.
Cops, we gotta protect each other.
So interesting. So look at that. I think Jason is a fucking cop, man. But maybe a dirty cop. But I guess like the cops in like in this world are kind of dirty. Fucking drive-by, man. Bringing back that San Andreas heat. Ooh, damn. What up, girl? Look at that. BL. What does that stand for? Big booty Latina. I think it would make a lot of sense that Jason is undercover. He's an undercover cop. And basically he's trying to hook up Lucia. You know, if Lucia can help him like take some heads down, he can knock off time from her sentence. So I think that's just a best guess I can have. Damn. Oh, it's the same dress. Damn, she's so fucking hot. Oh, they're bringing back martial arts. I think the last time you could do that was in San Andreas, where the character CJ could go to different gyms. And I think the first gym was like a boxing gym, and then you can learn Muay Thai, and then you can learn Kung Fu. I think that's gonna be sick. Imagine having like the ability to throw hands, but you get to do like some cool Tekken shit in like Grand Theft Auto.
You and me, bro. We got
I kind of also wonder if you could get your character really thin and really fat. If you like stuff your face, you get fat as fuck. I think they did that in Red Dead Redemption 2. So I don't think it would be too crazy for them to like bring it into this game. That means we get to see a fat Lucia, a fat Jason, or a really skinny one. Damn, that would be sick.
this.
We got it.
Ooh. Damn, that's hot. That's hot. So there's gonna be a plane sequence. Oh, is that a safe? Are they doing the whole Fast and Furious thing? They have a lot of scenes with both of them in bed. I kind of wonder if it's just all cutscenes, or is there gonna be like a mini gameplay where you fuck your chick, right? But it makes me also wonder, right? Like, can your character go fuck some hooker type bitches? Because like, if you're in a relationship, like, how does that work? You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's not even talk about hookers, right? Is Lucia cool if Jason goes to the strip club? And it'd be interesting, right? Because if Jason goes to the strip club and he later meets up with Lucia and she can smell perfume off of him, will she call off the mission? Will she like fucking beat his ass? That would be sick. I'm really, really interested in figuring out like, or like experiencing like different NPC reactions to what you do in the world. Oh shit. I think this was actually a thing in real life where there was like some Indian dudes that were like taking videos of themselves and like trying to get hot chicks in it. Oh my god, look at this place. Holy shit. Look at the chicks, look at the whips. Wow. I think this place looks like a mini, like little Cuba. Because like, you know, like Miami is full of Cubans, right? So you get like the black culture, you get the Cubano culture. Damn, I'm so excited for this game. Yeah, there's a lot of party scenes. This is a little weird. The trailer shows like strip dancers, but they're kind of like wearing too much clothes. I don't know if they didn't want them to be naked for the trailer, but I hope they don't like tone down the sexual stuff in this game, you know? Hell yeah, Feels Ammunition, baby. Oh, look at that. That's a PlayStation controller. That's like a PS4 controller, right? I tell you what, protecting your rights feels ammunition. I think ammunition is kind of like you know, like a franchise type of store, like a Burger King or McDonald's, and this guy just owns like you know, one of it. He's probably a reoccurring character, right? We probably have seen him somewhere. I can't remember. Oh, look at that. So she's coming home from her community service. Look at that. I'm trying to look at the details. Oh, that's a PlayStation controller. You see the light bar? That's a PS4 controller. Or at least it's trying to be a PS4 controller. Wow. Look at that. And they got a terrarium in the house so you could a gecko or something. Oh, the house isn't even finished. That room looks like it's still like in the works of being built. I think like, you remember at the beginning of the trailer where you saw Jason like banging the roof with a hammer? I think your house expands, or you can like renovate and improve your shit. I'm excited for that. That would be so sick.
Hey.
Damn. I think they're really in a relationship. They really got like wifey type vibes. Oh, that is sick. Okay, so Jason can fly a helicopter and he's chasing after this guy. But this guy's fucking aiming a assault rifle at us. I don't think that's Lucia, right? But that's probably not even Jason. Dude is yoked. Oh, I think it's Lucia. Yeah, I think it's Jason Lucia. So you got the jet ski. Oh my god. I love motorcycles, especially choppers. Like, look at that. That's a beautiful bike. And that's a seaplane. That'd be sick, right? Your chick flies the seaplane. You ride around the motorbike. Boom. You do the mission together. That's sick. Oh, okay. So this is like a similar mission from to GTA 5 where remember like when I think Franklin drives Michael to get his boat back on the highway? That was sick. Oh my gosh, she's so hot. So they're in some motel. I wonder if like motel and like locations where the characters can stay are gonna be like part of the gameplay. Like you really need to sleep. Oh, you know what'd be sick? Okay, so check this out, right? In Red Dead Redemption 2, rest and food and thirst is like a real thing. Like if your character doesn't eat in that game, he cannot perform. So it makes me wonder if they're gonna do that in GTA 6. I think like when it comes to like places like this, like rest is also equally as important. I think that allows the immersion to be even deeper. I hope they do that actually. Oh shit. Holy shit, he just jumped onto the car and she's driving. Yeah, he's a reoccurring character. He was like the dude at the bar, right? Together with Lucia and Jason. And he's got a boat behind him. Okay, so he's got a shirt that says Brian's Auto Works and Marina. So I think he's like gonna be your gadget guy. Psycho says, I'm a big fan of your analyzing it so thoroughly. This is one of the most in-depth examinations and discussions I've seen in a while. I appreciate you, man. I'm not an expert, right? I'm sure there's like people out there that can do a better job than me because they are really into Grand Theft Auto. I'm so excited for this game. If they release a collector's edition, I'm buying that shit. I have the collector's edition for Red Dead Redemption 2. Wow. I'm really trying to look at the locations. I was about to say like this kind of looks like a location in San Andreas. Basically, it kind of has that vibe of you know, like when CJ lives in Grove Street, there's like a bridge, you know, like connecting him to his neighborhood. And this is the type of like lighting they always play in Grove Street. But I know this isn't Grove Street, right? This is in Florida, or aka Vice City. Oh man. May 26th. I'm gonna be so ready. Oh, look at that. PS5. Captured on PS5. I wonder how many of these scenes will actually be used as cutscenes. Yeah, I think they're gonna make changes for sure. Because if we look back at Grand Theft Auto 5, you can actually see the progression of how they evolved the characters, right? Because apparently Michael was supposed to look even older, but they kind of reversed his age and made him more young in the game. So I don't know, man. I'm really excited.